Hey guys, welcome back. Today is going to be a chatty get ready with me because I will be doing my wear test of the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. So I did a first impression video. I will link it up on a little card and also in the down bar. I hope I remember. And if you'd like to see what I first thought of this foundation, go ahead and check that out. It's my last video. I promised in that video I would do a wear test to get a different perspective, and I also am using the actual primer that the foundation came with. So without further ado, let's get ready because I have about 30 minutes to get ready. So I am going to first prime my face. How do you lose stuff that's sitting on the desk? How does this happen? So I'll go in first with my Aqua Bomb, which I'm still trying to figure out if this is something that I really like, if I can see that note. Some days I can see such a difference in my foundation, and some days I don't really see anything. So for primer, I am going to be using the sample that I received inside, and this is, it looks kind of like a lotion consistency. Oh my god, focus, what is wrong with you? So I'm just going to, that's a lot, oops. And it, I'm not a fan of the smell. It smells like cinnamon almost. Ugh. No, thank you, not a fan. Hopefully that smell goes away quick. It feels right now, as you're putting on it, it definitely feels a little greasy. That smell is terrible. Ugh, and I can smell it all over my face. Okay, so it's been about a minute. It feels really, really tacky. That smell is still there. So that would be a consideration for those of you that are sensitive with smell, for sure. But I'm going to take my new Huda Beauty Filter Foundation. This is in the color 200B Shortbread, and I will take one pump. And today I am going to use my Morphe makeup sponge. It is clean, it's just stained, and I'm going to start on one side of my face, and I know that this dries quickly from my first impression, so that's why I will work in sections. And it definitely looks super creepy because it's so pale, but I am pretty pale anyway. It's just I have a lot of redness, so that's why. Because if you look, it's pretty close. Yesterday when I did my first impression, I used a flat top kabuki, and just comparing it from that application to this one, I definitely like the sponge much, much better. I can only use one pump of this foundation and I get full coverage for my entire face, whereas the brush I had to use one pump and then about a half of a pump for my entire face. So I still have that tacky feel, but it's not as pronounced as when I used the brush. So I'm definitely thinking that a beauty sponge is the way to go for this, and I have to set my face because for me this foundation, it just feels a bit tacky. So I am going to use my Laura Mercier to set. But first, let me do some concealer. For concealer, I will be using the Tarte Shape Tape, just a little bit. So I'm gonna let my under eyes bake in just a little bit. I am going to set the rest of my face with the Laura Mercier translucent powder because it's very tacky and I want to see how it actually wears. I guess this really hasn't been like a chatty get ready with me because I know I only have like 10 minutes left to get ready. We are going to Alain today to do a paint and sip. I have never done one, so I'm a little bit excited about that. I'm taking the Formula's Physician Butter Bronzer just to warm up my face a bit. So I'm looking forward to the painting today. Not so much that big of a sipper, I suppose, anymore, but I'm looking forward to doing the painting because I paint like a 5-year-old, so it should be amazing. Maybe that'll be something new I could put in my background. Okay. I will say that the foundation, it looks a lot better set with the Laura Mercier than it did with the RCMA No Color Powder, for sure. I think that some of it may also be the application today because the brush application, it just wasn't really my cup of tea, to be honest. I'm gonna also use the Physicians Formula, just some blush, and not on that brush. What are you doing? I feel like I get so disheveled when I'm trying to talk and film at the same time, but I want to do more of these because I do my makeup all the time. I don't know, I just don't really, this whole talking, kind of like talking to myself thing, I kind of have to get used to that it actually is going to somebody, just nobody that's gonna answer back. I like work. Because I work in a school where everybody speaks Arabic and I speak Mafi Arabic, which means none. I can understand a little bit, but I am in a culture of, you know, I hear all this around me every day, but I have little to no clue of what's happening. I am going to use the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is probably one of the most bomb highlighters I own. And I do love some highlighting, so, but this one, you can really do a subtle look or something really, really popping and glam in your face. This is so pretty. So for eyes, I will be using, why don't we use the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette? Why not? We'll just keep it a Huda exclusive. I will go in with Desert Sand first, just to kind of, I did put some foundation on my eyes, so I'll just use that as my primer. I'm not doing full glam or anything. This is just a, I have to get ready real quick look, so. Just right quick. Next, I will go in with the color Eden, which is really pretty. It's like this orangey, reminds me of like a creamsicle. Ah, she looks a little bit awake and alive. And we'll do Celestial. And just pop this on. Look how pretty that is. This is like a gold, just a pure gold. So this is actually really pretty. So just pop that right there in the middle. I think once it goes on, it has like a pink reflect in it. But you can't see that on your finger. You can kind of see it in the pan. This Vermeer from the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. For my lower lashes recently, I have been using this Voluminous Primer by L'Oreal, and I just use it on my bottom lashes just to kind of give me a little something extra. Actually, where's my mirror? Now, I don't use this on my top lashes because I definitely don't like how it looks. I think it looks ridiculous on my top lashes. But the bottom ones, it really helps to kind of spread out and define a little bit because I'm lacking just a little bit in the bottom lashes. My top lashes are all kinds of crazy from lash extensions. They're really, really curly on the ends and they're just a bit unruly. So we'll let that dry. I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal again on my top lashes. I'm still trying to figure out if I really like this or if it's just here and I use it. You see that blob right there? Yeah, that's trying to come get me. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. For bottom lashes, I use the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express and Waterproof because my eyes are hella watery. I'm gonna hit my waterline real quick with this Buxom eyeliner. For lips today, we'll keep with the trend. I'll be using my favorite lip from Huda, and this is in Mousse. Okay, so the time is now 10:50. So I will do a check-in a little bit later today, maybe in around 4 hours, and then again at the end of the day, just to kind of see how the wear goes. I will say right now it looks much better than when I tried it yesterday with the brush. So I'm hoping that today maybe the primer and the sponge for application make a huge difference. So I will check in a few hours and then again at the end of the day, and we will see how it goes. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so this is my 5:30 check-in. I didn't get to check in earlier, but as you can see, the foundation today actually really held up nicely. I do have some wear right here, which is normal for me, and a little bit on this side, but again, that is normal. Today I'm not having the choppiness that I had in this area or on this area like I did last night with the first impression. So today I actually used a different powder and I also applied a lot differently, and it really actually held up very nicely. This foundation looks much better today. This tone matches really nicely, so I'm really glad that I gave this a second chance. So this definitely shows that just because something doesn't work for you the very first time, you know, always give it a second chance. Try it with some different products. Now today I did use the primer. My face doesn't feel sticky at all, and I'm not having the transfer that I had like last night, except for a little bit down here. So it does kind of wear, but I did wipe my face a little bit today, so that very well may be it. So I am actually pretty okay with the product today. I'm glad that it's something that I can actually use and that it will be something in my normal rotation. I will continue to try this out with primers because I was not a fan of the Huda Beauty primer. I thought that the smell, I was not a fan of the cinnamony smell. Not on my face. I'm a little too sensitive to the smell. So, but again, this is the Huda Beauty. This is number 200B, and I really think that it wore pretty well for the day. I've had it on, so 10:30, so about 8 hours, which is about normal for me, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed. So I think that it held up well. I don't have it broken up in a whole lot of areas. I'll do some close-ups for you, but let me know in the comments if you've tried it, if you plan on trying it, what primer you used, and also what powders you used. I definitely recommend a beauty sponge for application though over a brush. Let me know if you differ, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye guys.